Starting with the surya-namaskars, we'll do just namaskar 1, and then we'll change namaskar 1 a little bit as we go along. So come to the front of your mat, feet together, palms together. Please remember, start easy. There's really no compulsion to make your surya-namaskar 2 perfect. Starting with surya-namaskar 1, exhale, release. Inhale, up and back. Breathing out into a forward bend, Uttanasana. Knees bent is okay. Left leg all the way back, knee touching the ground. Lift up the back knee, get into your plank. Down to the ground, no breath over here, knees, chest and chin. Flat on the ground, inhale, chest up in cobra, as less as you prefer. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips back. Left foot all the way forward, right knee touching, look ahead. Breathing out, forward bend. Breathing in, up and behind. Exhale, release through the namaste, and immediately start the next one. Inhale up. Exhale down. Right leg all the way back. Plank. Down to the mat. Cobra, chest up. Exhale, down dog, hips back. Right foot all the way forward. Breathing out, forward bend. And breathing in, up and behind. Straighten and release. Now we're still doing Namaskar 1, but we're changing things a little bit. And this is what it'll look like. So let's say you're in your lunge and then you step back into a plank. Now wait here for just 1 second. And from here, you'll go left leg up, 5 seconds, down, right leg up, 5 seconds, down, and then continue as usual. All right. Remember, when you lift the leg up, do not let your hips drop. Stay in control of your back and your belly. Or rather, stay in control of your back with the help of your belly. Let's put it that way. Let's do this. 2 of these. Come on up. Feet together, palms together. Release. Inhale, up and behind. Exhale, forward bend down. Left leg all the way back, knee touch. Into your plank, straight line. Wait. Left leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Down. Right leg up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Down. Breathe in. And on the exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhaling into a cobra. Exhaling into a down dog. Left foot all the way forward. Stepping together, forward bend. And breathing in, up and behind. Straighten, let it go. 1 more of that. Inhale up. Forward bend down. Right leg back, knee touch. Plank and weight there. Right leg up. Down. Left leg up. Down and to the ground. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, chest up, cobra. Exhale, down dog, hips back. Right foot all the way forward, left knee touch. Stepping together, forward bend. And breathing in, up and behind. Straighten and release. Okay, we're doing another two, and this time we're changing things yet again. But instead of raising the legs in the plank, we will raise the legs in the down dog. Let me just demonstrate. So you do your cobra, you move back into a down dog, and over here, you'll go right leg up. Doesn't matter if it's not too high, it's okay. Right leg up, hold for some time, down, left leg up, hold for some time, and then that same left foot comes all the way forward into a low lunge. And that's the way we're going to play this one. Let's start. Feet together, palms together. Exhale, release. Inhale, up and back. Breathing out, Uttanasana. Left leg all the way back, knee touch. Into your plank. Down to the ground, Ashtanga-namaskar. Chest up, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Weight there. And let's go right leg up. Down. Left leg up. Doesn't have to be too high. Left foot all the way forward. Right knee touch in your low lunge. Exhale, stepping together into a forward fold. And breathing in, up and back. Straighten, let it go. Continue up. Forward bend down. Right leg back. Exhale, plank. No breath, down. Inhale, bhujang. Exhale, down dog. Wait for a second. Left leg up without turning at the hip. Down. Right leg up. Right foot all the way forward. Back knee touching the ground, looking ahead, breathing in. Breathing out, forward bend. Breathing in, up and behind. Straighten and release. Okay, beautiful stuff. Let's start with the standing postures. Front of the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold over, left leg all the way back. Back foot flat, heel turning in. And come on up into warrior two. This is just for a second. We're moving from here. Turn your palms sideways and go into an unsupported side angle posture. Middle two fingers touching your big toe. Arms more or less in one line, chest facing the side. If you like, you can look up if you can manage that. Beautiful. Both hands down. Slow. Step back into down dog. And let's get the left foot all the way forward. Right leg straight. Right heel turns in flat. Opening up into warrior two. Turning your palms sideways. Breathe in. And folding from the hip. Middle two fingers touching the big toe. Chest facing the side. Maybe looking up, maybe not. Beautiful. Hands down. Step back into down dog. Wait here for a few seconds, get your breath back. And now we change things slightly. Bend your knees and step forward. Come on up. Standing with the feet together, heels turning in, toes turning out. Arms up to shoulder height, better for balance this way. Breathe in, heels lift off the ground. Breathe out, and of course, continue breathing normally. Slow, going down as you point your knees outward. Down, down, down. And first, we'll just sit on our heels for a few seconds. So get your balance. See that you're not leaning forward. And if your knees hurt, you're welcome to stay here with this rest. But if possible, I'll ask you to lift your hips off your heels just a couple of inches here and there. That's it. So maybe 3-4 inches off. There's no need to go too high. But no matter where you are, keep trying to push your thighs apart and keep your back as vertical as possible. Tuck the tail in. Okay, now comes the fun bit. We're coming up, but slow. So let's say to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now return to the front of your mat. And let's try that unsupported side angle posture, that Parshokonasana, that variation again. But this time you'll try and make it deeper by shuffling the back foot further back. The back foot. Remember, the front knee, the front foot stays exactly as it was. Let's do this. Breathe in. Out, folding over, left leg back. Back foot flat, heel turns in. Come on up into warrior two. Turn your palms sideways, breathe in. And breathe out, middle two fingers touching the big toe. Okay, but we just did this. So if possible, and it should be possible, try and deepen the posture by moving your left foot further back just an inch at a time. So really sending your hips closer to the ground. Just a bit. Chest facing the side. Arms more or less in one line with each other, more or less. Beautiful. Both hands down. Slow. Move back into down dog. And let's finish this part of the sequence by completing that posture on the left leg, left foot all the way forward. Right heel turns in flat. Come on up. Virabhadrasana 2. Palms face the side. Breathe in. And breathe out. Leaning from the hip. Middle two fingers touch the big toe. Wait. And after a few seconds, let's see if you can make this deeper. Very slow, very small shuffles of the back foot going further back, further back. Your left knee stays exactly where it was. Beautiful. Hands down. Step back into the dog. Relax a little bit. Shake about if you need to. Now bend your knees. Step forward. And come on up. Next little sequence. And again, we've got 3 things on the menu. Now this time we're focusing on bending forward. Feet parallel. So just about hip width apart. Toes pointing absolutely forward. Inhale, reach up with your arms. Really lengthen up to the ceiling. Bend your knees as much as you need to. folding forward from the hips, not from the back, from the hips, and then folding over completely. Hands touch the ground. Whenever you're ready, you can cross your forearms to give you a little more weight. And if your knees are bent, that's okay. What you're really trying to achieve here is lying down on your thighs. So you're trying to touch your lower belly and your ribs to your thighs. Fingers touch the ground. Bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hands on hips. And inhale, lift yourself up with the help of your legs rather than your back. Wonderful. Now we'll do a pyramid just to make things a little stronger for the hammies. Starting with feet together. Parshva Uttanasana. In English, we just call it the pyramid. That's not the literal translation. It's just easier. Right leg forward, left leg back without turning at the hips. Now, I'll say this right now. If you feel the need to bend the knee, you're welcome to do that. Okay? Those of us who can will go forward with straight legs. Maybe you'll even start with a bend and then straighten out later, entirely up to you. So, to keep it safe, right knee bent. But if you're really confident, both legs absolutely straight. Inhale, arms up. Careful here, reach up for the ceiling. And exhale, fold from the hip. Go forward, lengthen forward, and then down. Hands on the ground, folding over your thigh. And you're hoping to get your face on your shin. Does not matter if the knee is slightly bent. Right knee bent, look forward, breathe in. Breathe out, hands on hips. And breathe in, push with the leg to come up. That was perfect, guys. Really well done. Let's change. Left leg forward, right leg back. It's an average step. If you make it too long, you won't be able to control your hips. Absolutely forward facing. And like we said before, if you want to bend the knee, that's okay. Inhale, arms up. Reach, full length. Feel that flat tummy. Exhale, folding from the hip. Go forward, 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 and down. Now, maybe you start with the bent knee, and now you think you can straighten your leg a little bit. That's okay too. Remember, with this variation, we're not going forehead to knee, we're going face on shin. Left knee bent, breathe in, look forward, look up. Breathe out, hands on hips. And breathe in, push, let the leg lift you up. Wonderful stuff. Step together. And we'll fold into Uttanasana again. Feet slightly apart. And this should feel a lot easier, a lot better, a lot more confident. Feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forward. Inhale, reach up for the ceiling. Very important, lengthen. Knees bent slightly or maybe even a lot, doesn't matter. The idea is to fold from the hips and then go down. Once you're down here, cross your forearms. And now, because your hammies are a little more adjusted, maybe you can straighten the legs. Knees bent, fingers touch the ground, look up. Exhale, hands on hips, and inhale up. Wonderful work. Now for the next posture, we won't make it confusing. We won't do 2 or 3 attempts or 2 or 3 postures. We'll just do one posture, and it's a twist. Standing sideways on your mat, feet apart. Making sure that your toes are pointing forward. Breathe in and exhale really slow. Start going down. Take your time. You can always rest along the way. And a really good position to rest is with your hands on your shins. So it's not too high, it's not too low. And then maybe go lower to the ankles. And finally, palms on the ground. Now it's straight arms and a flat back. You're looking forward. Breathe in, look ahead. Breathe out. Left hand moves closer to the right hand. So if you think about it, your left hand is exactly in the center of your legs. Of course, it's under your chest. Turning to the right, right hand on lower back. Wait. And if you think your shoulders, your chest is turned enough, we'll say right arm straight up. Now do not look behind, look straight to the side or look up at the right thumb. So you should not be able to see the wall behind you. Sideways or up. Beautiful, both hands down. Wait here for a second. Breathe in, straight arms, flat back, look forward. Breathe out, right hand moves inward just a little bit. Turn your chest to the left. Turn, turn. And then finally, left arm up. Remember, no looking behind. Wonderful. Hands down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands on hips, really strong legs. Look forward, look forward. Breathing in, come all the way up. Let the breath help you. And after you come up, nice and slow, shuffle your feet together. Wonderful work. Last part of the standing series. Come to the front of the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, fold, left leg back. Now don't make it too long. We're doing a warrior one variation with the heel up. So we're not flattening the back foot. Keep the back heel up. And really slow, looking forward as you get the body up, hands on hips for a few seconds. Wait here. Back leg really strong. Don't let it bend involuntarily. And we're really not doing 100% right now. We're doing a little less. Arms up. Depriya, right knee more forward. Judy, arms higher. That's enough. Hands down. Downward dog. Left foot all the way forward. Right heel stays up. Right leg absolutely straight. Looking forward, breathing in. Come on up. Hands on hips. Elbows pointing back, not outward. Elbows back. Arms up. And that's it. Slow. Hands down. Downward facing dog. Rest for a moment. Bend your knees. Step forward. And come on up. Fingers interlocked. Index fingers released. Crossing the thumbs over. Really tight palms. So they're not doing this. They're absolutely together. Inhale, arms up. Reach for the ceiling. And remember, there's no need to go too deep. Look up a little bit. Reach up, reach up. And let's go. Pushing your hips forward, lifting your chest up. Try and do a bit of a backward curve. Nothing too strong. Absolutely active legs. We're not going very deep over here. Inhale, return. Hands down. And get your breath back. Okay, come to the front of the mat. We'll try that warrior one variation again. And this time we'll take it deeper. Breathe in. Fold over, left leg back. Heel up. Looking forward, body up, hands on hips. Arms up, no need to look up. Now keeping the right knee exactly where it is, only as much as you can. Left foot shuffles back a little bit more, as much as you like. But remember, you're not leaning forward and you're trying not to bend the left knee. Hands down, downward facing dog. They pray are trying too hard for some postures. Do less. Do exactly what feels safe. Do not try too hard. With your injury, you need to be a little more careful. Left foot forward. Heel up. Looking ahead. Body up. Hands on hips. Right leg really straight. Arms up. Now remember, left knee stays exactly where it is. So you don't move it behind or forward or anything. The left knee stays where it is. Slow, shuffling the right foot. Tiny bits at a time. Going only as deep as you want. So it's really strong on the hips, but it's also making the back bend a lot stronger the deeper you go. Hands down. Downward facing dog, and relax. The standing postures are done. Shake about a bit in the down dog. Knees touch the ground. Breathe in. For a few seconds, just do the hunched part of the cat pose. Drop your head, hunch your shoulders. Neutral back. And then lie face down on the ground. Slow. Come on up onto your forearms. Now we will be straightening our arms up into the supported cobra. This is the easy cobra. We will be straightening the arms into the supported cobra. And if you'd like to make that a little easier, right now, take your elbows a little further forward so that reduces the curve that your back is going to get. Otherwise, it's elbows under shoulders. Let's go. Straight arms. Salamba, Bhujangasana, supported cobra. Careful now. Keep your shoulders absolutely steady. We're not staying in position. We're performing a little movement. Right hand, fingertips touch the ground. Okay, 3 times. Inhale, right arm up and down, fingertips touch. Up and down without swinging the shoulders. Last one, up and down. Both palms flat. Left hand, fingertips touch. Without swinging the shoulders, inhale up. Exhale, touch. Inhale up. Exhale down. Third and last one, up and down. Elbows down. Head and chest down. Rest. Okay, come on up onto your forearms and just wait there while I'm talking. We're doing 3 forms of the cobra, and all the forms we do today do not involve the arms. So you're not really pushing with the arms, except for the third one, but you're pushing really less when it comes to that. So what I'm trying to say is that you're going to be using a lot of your back muscles. Your arms are almost not helping. All right. In fact, in 2 cases, they're not helping at all. And even when they do help, they're helping very little. But this involves a whole lot of back strength, which means you really have to contract the back. Now, even though it feels really strong, it's actually the safest way to do a cobra because you simply cannot force yourself. So even if you feel any soreness in the back because you do these, it's just muscular soreness. You haven't overbent your back, you haven't slipped your disc or anything of the sort. So while they feel really strong, especially if you hold them longer, they're also very safe if you got the right thing going on. Let's start. Feet stuck together, lying down flat, feet stuck together. Straight, strong legs, so kneecaps off the ground. Your feet are still on the ground, just the knees come off. Hands precisely near your chest. Inhale, chest up without pushing with your hands. Point your elbows back, not out. Roll your shoulders back. Using only back strength, no hands. And down, rest. Okay, for the next one, again, no hands at all. But for this one, I'll say feet together. But if the feet separate a little bit, that's okay. We won't worry about it. But again, super straight legs. So try and keep your kneecaps off the floor. All right, let's do this. Feet together. Bend your elbows and interlock your fingers behind your back. Once you've got that, straighten your arms. Now from here, straight, strong legs, kneecaps off the ground. Inhale, chest and shoulders up. And it's not going to be much. So it's like someone's pulling your hands behind. Absolutely straight arms. Chest up. And down, relax. Release your hands, forehead down. Final one. And it's the final back bend for the day. Hands precisely near your chest. Feet stuck together, kneecaps off the ground. Now remember, feet together. If your feet come apart, it means you're doing too much. Inhale without pushing chest up, without pushing as much as you can, without pushing with your hands. And now, using only 10 or maybe 20% of arm strength, come up a little higher, but keep your feet together. Keep your feet together, kneecaps off. And down. Relax, release, let it go. Push yourself up onto hands and knees. For just a few seconds, the hunched part of the cat pose. Breathe in, breathe out, drop your head, hunch your shoulders, tuck your tail in. And relax. Sit down. Now, here's where you might need your blocks. Now, some people don't even need their blocks for this, but it's just so much safer. It keeps your knee safe, it keeps your ankle safe, and it really enables you to have an absolutely straight vertical back. This is what I'm talking about. We're doing a twist, a seated twist. That's the block. I've got my left knee on the ground. I've got the right knee pointing upward. Now, you can sit on the foot, but there's really no need to do that. You take a block and you keep that under the hips over here. And in which case, the minute I'm sitting on a block, I can also move the heel a little to the side of the hip. So I'm no longer sitting on the heel. The heel is just beside my hip, and everything has the right amount of stretch, but without overdoing anything, without any danger. So this is where you are. Block under the right hip, right knee pointing up, left knee on the ground pointing forward. And if you feel like using two blocks, you're more than welcome. That's okay. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, twisting inward. So right arm inside the thigh, turn around. Now today we'll add a little extra neck work to this by simply holding the position but looking forward. So you're still twisting your chest to the left, but your head looks forward. Remember, your chest is still turning to the left. Turn your head to the left to bring your neck into neutral, and then everything returns to the front. Change leg position, change the position of the block. Lean forward, get your right knee on the ground, get your left foot on the ground, and keeping the block under the left hip here. Seated absolutely straight. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, cross inward, right hand behind you. Turn as much as you can, looking behind for the first few breaths. And then finally, maintaining that chest and shoulder position, look forward so it's a reverse twist in the neck. Turn your head a little to the right, bringing your neck into neutral, and then everything returns to facing forward. Okay, beautiful stuff. Keep the block aside, you will need it later. And release your legs out in front of you. Lean back a little bit, point and flex the feet. Shake your feet side to side. Circles with the feet will also help. So all this just to release your knees, your ankles, and your hip joints. That's what we're doing over here. Okay, let's start with the next part of our sequence today. Dandasana. Okay. The aim for this little bit, the next three postures, or should I say six postures actually, is to maintain the same shape of the body, which is basically like a capital L, yeah, 90-degree bend. And hopefully you can do that every single time. Hopefully. Let's see how it goes. Starting off with Dandasana, hands on the ground beside your hips, legs out in front of you. Push your hands into the ground, creating a really straight vertical back, broad open chest and shoulders. Really strong legs, they're active, they're not resting. Flat feet. And from here, really slow, let's go arms forward and up. Your arms and your back are in one line. Your legs are still active. And release, hands down. Okay, now we try and create the same shape, but lying down. And of course, even though the shape is the same, because you're lying down, gravity acts differently upon you. You need to switch on different parts of the anatomy. Okay, otherwise, we're creating the same shapes. Lying down on your back, arms beside you for the first one, broad open shoulders, lift your feet off the ground, and then legs straight up. Now, if you're having trouble with hamstring flexibility, maybe you need to bend the knees a little bit, and that's okay. But you're not turning this into an abdominal posture by leaning the legs away from you. So if you have to bend the knees, that's fine. Flat, long back on the ground, broad open shoulders. Legs more or less 90 degrees. From here itself, slow, take your arms back overhead, still keeping your legs exactly where they are. Now, we're not trying to do a very strong forward bend, so don't go deeper. Keep your hips on the ground and keep your legs at about 90 degrees. Long arms, really reaching behind with those hands. And that's enough. Knees bent, feet down, arms relaxed. Cross your shins, hold on to the feet or the knees even, and roll yourself up. Seated position. Okay, now here comes the punchline. Once again, you're trying to maintain that shape in the body, but this is going to feel completely different because now it turns into an abdominal posture. All right, we're going to do the boat, the full boat. So please remember no slouching. The full boat involves a forward tilt of the hip and a lift up of the chest. So no rounding in the lower back. That turns into the half boat. It turns into a different thing. Now, if you cannot straighten your legs, maybe your knees are slightly bent, and that's completely okay. Now, because I don't want you to be surprised, I'll say this right now. So after you hold the boat, unfortunately, I will spoil the surprise. So after you hold the boat, all right, don't try and get it too close. No need. Just that. Make sure your back is absolutely flat. Now from here, you're going to take your arms up. But in order to maintain your balance, you might have to take the legs a little lower and then arms up in line with the body. And if you notice, I'm still at about 90 degrees over here. Yeah. I haven't slouched. I haven't come closer and I haven't opened too much, about 90 degrees. Fine. So when the legs come lower, The body will come a little higher so that your arms can then go in a straight line with your back. Is it difficult? Might be. Let's find out. Knees bent, arms up to shoulder height. Lean back a little bit, lift your chest up, slight forward tilt of the hip, and let's go legs off the ground. If you can, straight legs. Now asana, the boat. Keep lifting your chest up. That'll help you to get the right tilt in the hips. Okay, legs a little lower, arms start traveling up, arms and back in one straight line. And release. Relax. Let it go. Good news, we're done. Okay, but we have one more twist. So get your blocks back and you'll get into that same position. Block under the right hip, right knee pointing up, left knee on the ground. Remember, heel beside the hip over here. Left heel beside the hip, not underneath. Now, this time we're crossing over. We're not going inward, you're going outward, you're crossing over. So inhale, left arm up. Exhale, cross over the right thigh, right hand behind you, turn as much as you can. Walk with the fingers of the back hand. Slow, turning your head forward. Reverse twist in the neck. Keep your chest and shoulders as they are. Turn your head to the right slightly. Inhale, returning to the front. Breathe in, breathe out, reach forward and change the leg position. Right knee on the ground, left foot on the ground, block under the left hip. Sit tall. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, crossing the upper arm over the right thigh. Left hand behind you, turn as much as you can manage. Looking behind for the first few breaths. Turn. Slow. Turning your head forward, only the head. Okay. Turn your head slightly to the left and then bring everything back to neutral. Lean forward, hands on the ground, knees on the ground, get rid of the block, and lie down on your back. Now, before we lie down and go into Shavasana, uh, we'll do a little movement to relax the lower back. Okay? Lying down on your back, knees bent. Fingers interlocked, lightly holding on to your shins. Now, don't pull too hard. Yeah, it's not too hard, it's very relaxed. So, you're not pulling, you're just holding on. And very slow, rock your thighs, rock your knees side to side. So, a little to the side here and there. Very gentle, nothing too forceful. You do not swing your head. Your shoulders move just a little bit. Stop. Now move your knees a little further away from you. So let's say you still have fingers interlocked, but your arms are straight. Breathe in. And on the breathe out, roll your hips towards yourself and create a bit of a forward rock and roll there. If you round up your back, this becomes a lot easier and also it becomes a lot more relieving rather than too much work. So round your shoulders. Okay, stop. Head and shoulders down. Last one. Hold your knees from the front. So not from the side anymore, from the front. And let's draw 4 circles in each direction with your knees. So there we go. 1, 2. Maybe you're doing small circles, maybe you're doing big ones. All okay. 3 and 4. Reverse and stop. Feet down. Feet apart, knees knocking into each other, arms relaxed, eyes shut, allowing the breath to return to normal. Shuffling your feet together, then dropping down to the side. Wait here for a few seconds. Using your top hand, push into the ground and help yourself up into a seated position. Straight back, calm face. Palms together. It's a very light touch of your palms. Do not press them. Breathe in. And we end with a little bow of gratitude. Breathe normally.